All right, so I got this cap up in place. Got it all strapped, pulled down into place best I can. I think I can pull it, just as it riveted. It'll go in the last little bit. So I'll keep filming this as I go. All right, so I'm a little bit farther along here. I got front of this cap about half riveted. And I'm working on the side here now, or the back. So up the top there now. I just want to get that down into place before I rivet around the corners here. And I'm having a heck of a time. I cannot seem to get it to come back down flush on that back half, and I cannot figure out why yet. I had it down there, when I first built this, I had it down. I know I did. And it just held in place with a strap, but still it was down. And I just cannot get it to come down again. I don't know why. But what I'm going to end up doing, it's 4 inches longer than it needs to be. So I'm going to cut basically from that strap back. I'm going to cut that off. That'll give me less material to fart around with. And hopefully that does the job. Other than that, I don't know. I'm going to have to... Anyways, I'll update once I do that and see if that fixes the problem. But for whatever reason, I cannot figure out why I cannot get that back to come down where it was originally. Anyways, live and learn, I guess. All right, so end of another day. Got the cap all riveted down all the way across here, and cutting that, between 3 and 4 inches out of the back edge of that cap. Did the job. It came down nice and into place. But I did end up having, I don't know if you can really see it there, but I did end up having to make a relief cut halfway up there. You can see a couple of screws there. There's a relief cut there. I'm going to have to fiberglass that up. There was just a little bit of material there that I just couldn't get rid of. So I think I'll go around the other side here. And you can see how it's kind of bulged out there, and I can't push that into place. So I have to make a relief cut. This side isn't anywhere near as bad as the other side, so I might get away with not having to do it on this side. But the other side I did, so. I know I had it pulled down into place when I did this originally. I don't know what's different. The only thing I can think of is I cut that angle into it, and I might have had straps that I could put at an angle and pull back. I don't know what the difference was, but anyways, I couldn't reproduce it, so this is going to have to do. And it's fine. It's good. It's all down where it can be riveted all the way across the back. In fact, the top is all virtually done. I just have these two sides to do here. I'm going to do the other side tomorrow and get it all into place and then fiberglassed up. And I'll do this side and see if I can get away with not having to put a relief cut in it, but I've got a sneaking hunch I'm going to have to, so not a big deal. Just the amount of material actually that I took out of it when I did put the relief cut in, it was less than 1/8 of an inch, but it is what it is. When you there's an eighth of an inch too much, there's an eighth of an inch too much, but it won't go down. So I had to cut it out, and I'll just have to fiberglass it back up. Not really a big deal, just a little bit more work. I'd like to know why, what's different now compared to when I did it originally, but anyways, one of the great mysteries of life. Anyways, that's it for now. All right, this cap is all riveted down here now. I just have to go along and cut all the bulging sealant out from from under the rivets, but I don't want to take a minute. But it's all, this side I was able to get down with without having to put a relief cut in it. So it's just the other side. So that's good. This all worked out good. And I got that relief cut I had to put in there. I got that glassed up and partially sanded down. I'm just kind of working away at it when I get the ambition. I'll call it for this video here now. I'm just starting to work on these side windows here, building the framework for them. So I'll start that on another video. I just got this kind of cleaned up and the window mocked up in there again. And I went and got some 20 gauge sheet metal here. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of shrinking and stretching and whatnot. And the 16 gauge I have is just a little bit too heavy for the shrinker and stretcher to work real well. So I'll use this 20 gauge. I was going to use stainless, but I don't have any 20 gauge. All I've got is 16 gauge, and it's again pretty heavy and hard for the shrinker and stretcher here to deal with. So it's all going to be painted anyways, so it doesn't really need to be stainless or anything. So I'm just going to do it in mild steel and put it all in there and paint it. I'm not really exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, how I'm going to do it, but I'll video that as I go. Anyways, that's it for this one.